Hello friends, this is Ammu and welcome back to your very own channel, Ammu&You. Every time I have a lovely story for you. Today it is a very relevant one and a huge takeaway from this. Not only for you little ones, for all of us. Which is the story? Well, the story is named The Terrible Greedy Fossifoo. It's been written by Charles Fuge. Terrible Greedy Fossifoo, what is it about? Well, you'll know it just now. It's a story about someone who has been very greedy. So long time ago, the creatures of the great green forest loved their home. The trees were covered with delicious fruits, the bushes were bursting with juicy berries, and everyone lived happily together. That is, until the terrible greedy Fossifoo arrived. Oh my God! He had come from far away, crashing over the mountains, flattening grasslands, stomping through lakes and rivers. And now he was hungry. The forest had always provided plenty for all the creatures. But now they could only watch as the greedy Fossifoo helped himself to everything he could find. My. Soon there was nothing left to eat in the whole forest. But the Fossifoo was so greedy that still he wanted more. And now he was angry. Watch this! He roared and he tore a tree right out of the ground. Aren't I big? He bellowed, but nobody heard. Everyone had run away. Soon the Fossifoo had torn up every last tree in the forest, and now he was hot. Watch this! He boomed, and to cool down, he jumped right into the lake with a gigantic splash and emptied it. Oh my God! Aren't I clever? He boomed, but nobody heard. All the fish had disappeared. By this time, the Fossifoo had bashed, crashed, munched and splashed, and now he was thirsty. Watch this, he yelled. Then he reached up into the sky, grabbed a rain cloud and rang it out right into his enormous mouth. Ah! Then he emptied all the other clouds. Just for fun. Can you believe this, children? Aren't I? The Fossifoo spun around to see who was watching. Nobody was. The Fossifoo looked around. Nothing moved. The Fossifoo listened. Not a sound. The Fossifoo waited for an hour, then a day, then a week. A year passed by and the forest was completely dry and bare. Still, nobody came. Who would like to come on a bare piece of land? What have I done? Whispered the Fossifoo, and he started to cry. He cried and cried and cried until he had no tears left to cry. If only he had taken care of the beautiful forest. Then he noticed it. Beneath his feet, watered by all the tears, a tiny seed had sprouted. The Fossifoo knew that the seed would need more water if it was to grow big and strong. But there was not a single drop left in the forest. So the Fossifoo leapt up and raced to the faraway mountains, where he carefully gathered clouds from the mountain tops and hurried them back to where the forest once stood. There he gave each cloud a gentle squeeze, and out poured the rain. One by one, other seeds hidden in the dry earth began to sprout. Just see, children. Cared for by the Fossifoo, some seeds grew into tall trees and began to bear fruits. Others blossomed into bushes bursting with berries. By now, the Fossifoo was very hungry. But this time, he didn't guzzle all the fruits and berries. This time, he took just enough to fill his empty belly. Isn't what we all are supposed to do, kids? Yes, just how much we require is what we need to take. The rest he either planted in the ground or left to ripen on the trees and bushes. Before long, rainwater filled the lake and the great green forest was beautiful once more. There was just one thing missing: the forest creatures. The Fossifoo would have to get them back too. So he filled his arms with fruit and set off to find them. He trod gently over mountains, this time gently, softly through grasslands, this time softly, and carefully across lakes and rivers, this time carefully, children. Everywhere he went, he told the creatures that he found how lovely the forest had become. He tempted them with his tasty treats, and he promised never to stomp or bash or crash ever again. One by one they followed the Fossifoo home, and now how happy was he! From that day on, no creature in the great green forest went without food or shelter again. Everyone lived happily together as the Fossifoo watched over their beautiful home, making absolutely sure that everything was shared equally. And who would argue with a terrible, not so greedy Fossifoo? What a transformed Fossifoo now, kids! Isn't this so much better than the one before? Yes. The universe has enough for everyone. Every single creature that God probably has made. So we should care for everyone and take and use gratefully all that the nature offers to us. We are living only out of nature. It gives us air to breathe, it gives us food to eat, it gives us water to drink, the three necessary things for survival, children. So, let us be grateful, feel blessed, and take care of this beautiful nature so that the world gets better and better. This Mother Earth gets more beautiful by the day and feels so happy to have such wonderful beings living on it. You'll do that, children, no? Don't you agree with me? Let me know what you feel about it. And what do you do to take care of this beautiful earth, Mother Nature? And as for us adults, we all know that we must throw away greed. Take whatever the nature has to offer to us selflessly and use it judiciously. Mother Earth is so selfless. Why are we creatures, insignificant creatures, so selfish? Think about it. Let's make this world, Mother Earth, even more beautiful for the future ones to live on happily and safely. Let me know how you like the story. Thank you so much for your ever support and encouragement. Wait for me till I come back again. Thank you so very much for listening to the story. Bye bye. Stay blessed.